It begins with Clara and Michael, a young married couple, searching for a new start. They find an enormous Victorian mansion on the edge of a forgotten town. The price is strangely cheap, and the locals avoid looking at it. When Clara asks why, the realtor hesitates. People say, "The house doesn't forget its dead." The mansion looks majestic, but decay, ivy creeping up its stone walls, windows covered in grime, an iron gate that groans as though it resents being opened. Clara feels uneasy, but Michael, logical and ambitious, insists it's perfect. From their first night, strange things happen. Clara hears faint crying in the walls, soft footsteps pacing above their bedroom. Michael dismisses it as the house settling. But in the morning, muddy footprints appear on the floor, leading from the locked attic door to their bed. The attic has been nailed shut for decades. Clara dreams of a woman in a black wedding dress, face hidden by a torn veil, weeping and whispering, "Say yes." One night, their bed shakes violently. In the corner of the room stands a tall, shadowy figure. When Michael turns on the lamp, it vanishes, but written in the dust on the floor are the words, "Say yes." The horror has only begun. Michael pries open the attic door. Inside, they discover a trunk filled with decayed lace, dried flowers, and a blood-stained wedding veil. There's also a diary written by a woman named Elena. The diary tells the story of her wedding night decades ago. She was abandoned by her groom at the altar, mocked by guests, left humiliated. Her last entry reads, "If he will not vow, then I shall make him vow in death. This house will remember me." From that day forward, the haunting intensifies. Clara sees Eleanor's reflection in mirrors instead of her own. At night, she sleepwalks into the attic, reciting vows in Eleanor's voice. One night, Michael wakes to see Clara wearing Eleanor's veil, whispering, "Will you say yes, Michael?" The veil tightens around her throat like a noose until Michael rips it off. On the veil, written in fresh blood, "She is mine." The couple realize the house doesn't just have a ghost. It has a bride who wants her groom back. The house grows violent. Doors slam, windows crack, shadows move on their own. Michael is scratched by unseen claws. Clara weakens each day, her skin pale, her body cold. It feels as though Elena is draining her soul. Desperate, Michael brings Father Gabriel, an old priest, to bless the house. As the priest begins, the air turns icy. Candles blow out. A scream erupts from the attic and Elena manifests. "Half beautiful bride, half rotting corpse. He promised me." She shrieks, and promises cannot be broken. The priest chants louder, but the walls drip blood, the mirrors crack, and Clara levitates, her eyes rolled back. Eleanor's voice booms, "One bride must die." The exorcism ends in horror. The priest's body collapses lifeless, his rosary burned black. Clara falls to the floor, gasping. That night, she whispers to Michael. She speaks to me in my dreams. She says you are hers, and I'm only in the way. Michael promises to protect her, but Elena whispers in his ear, "You cannot love two brides." Michael decides they must leave. They pack their bags and drive, but no matter how far they go, the roads twist back to the mansion. It's as if the house itself won't let them go. By now, Elena appears even in daylight. Clara sees her seated at the dinner table, veil dripping red. Michael feels her icy hand slip into his. The diary reveals Elena performed a blood wedding ritual. She slit her wrists in the attic, vowing her soul would remain until her groom returned. On their wedding anniversary, the house transforms. Candles light themselves, the organ plays a funeral march, and the hall fills with ghostly wedding guests, faceless shadows clapping silently. Clara is dragged in a phantom bridal gown toward the altar in the attic. Michael is forced into a suit. Elena appears, radiant and horrifying, holding a dagger. She demands Michael's vow, say yes, or she dies. Michael, torn between saving Clara and breaking free, hesitates. Elena smiles, raising the blade. The mansion erupts in chaos. The walls bleed, mirrors shatter, and the corpses of past couples rise from the attic floor, chanting, say yes, say yes. Clara fights to break free, screaming at Michael, don't give her what she wants. Elena snarls, without a vow, no one leaves. Michael grabs Clara's hand. He remembers the muddy footprints, the veil, the diary, all signs Elena had trapped couples before. He realizes the only way to break the curse is not to vow at all. But Elena lunges at Clara with the dagger. In desperation, Michael throws himself in front of it. The blade pierces his chest. Elena shrieks in fury as Michael gasps, Clara, my only vow is to you. The ghostly bride screams, her form cracking like shattered glass. The corpses collapse, the shadows vanish. The mansion shakes as if alive. Elena's voice echoes one last time, if I cannot have him, no one will. The house collapses into ruins. Clara crawls out, bloodied, clutching Michael's hand. But when she looks, he's gone. The house claimed him. Years later, the ruins remain. Travelers whisper that at night, if you walk past, you'll hear vows being whispered, and see a bride in black staring from the shadows, still waiting. The final shot, Clara, older now, returning to the ruins. She places her wedding ring on the broken gate and whispers, you will never have him, he was mine, forever. The wind carries a faint reply, say yes,